Hey everybody! I know it looks a little different. We're here at vidIQ. It's me and Rob back for another channel audit day. I'm so excited. I'm still here in Seattle, but I know you can tell that Rob is not where he normally is. Rob is coming to us from way overseas. Rob, where are you coming to us from?
Hello, everybody. My name is Rob. You're watching the vidIQ Tuesday channel audit live stream, and I am in automatic mode. And I would say at this point, let's do this. And we would have an intro. So, yes, what's happening right now is that Travis, the good man Travis, is hosting this live stream. But I'm still here as the guest this time, so I'm not behind any of the buttons. Travis is going to push those buttons, and hopefully we'll get everything working as we usually do. And we're going to do some channel audits as usual. I am in Ireland at the moment. So as you might imagine, it's quite grey, bit overcast, not as warm as it is in Vancouver. And as you can tell, the studio has been replaced with a bed headboard backrest. But we're still going to do this live stream, and I'm really excited for you, Travis, to run the show today.
That makes one of us. I just want to make sure not to mess it up, but I'm sure we're going to have a great time. Super excited. I'm going to do a little excited horn for the live chat. Oh, yes. We're so excited to be here today. I hope you're all excited.
Looking forward to sound effects.
Yeah, so we are definitely going to be doing these channel audits today. We got a bunch of them lined up. Thank you for everyone who's submitted them earlier today. And we're going to bring them up. We have all different types of niches today. I'm super excited about that. So before we get started, I like to do this in my live streams. Why don't we just have people in the chat tell us where they're from? We're going to say hi to everyone. Let's tell us, everyone in chat, where are you watching from? What state, what country, what time is it where you're watching from? I'd love to see in the chat where you're watching from. I see someone from Texas already. Let's see, Liverpool, Virginia, Belgium, England, Nebraska, PA. Oh my gosh, another Texas, another Netherlands. New York, Florida, Romania, Colorado, Israel, Poland, England. I don't know if you can see all of these, Rob, but it's amazing. We are worldwide. Rob, I think Rob is frozen. He's literally on like the tiniest of bandwidth. England, look at that. So another Romania. Look, we got Romania is all over the place. So many people from Romania. I appreciate you. Georgia, India, California, and there's Rob again. He's back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Rob is back in the house. Yeah, as I said, Travis, I was seeing people from England and the US, which, funnily enough, pretty much straight after this live stream, there is a pretty important World Cup match going on between the England ladies and the US ladies. So I'm going to obviously fly a flag for England today. But we've also got people from the Middle East here: Poland, Texas, Mississippi, Estonia, Virginia, Wales, Jamaica. As always, thank you everybody for joining the vidIQ community, and we hope that we're going to repay you with some really useful YouTube tips and tricks today. And I do apologize if I cut out occasionally. That may happen. Travis, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to explain to everyone how this usually works, and then we can turn off my webcam, and that'll hopefully help us with the bandwidth. So folks, if you are new to the vidIQ live stream, what we do here every single week is we audit your channels for free. How you do that, there is a link in the video description. If you click on that, fill out the form, and then we pick channels at random to audit for you. Now, we don't audit channels based on live streams, so don't ask us in a live stream. Our wonderful moderators will take care of those chats, but simply Travis and myself will not have time to look at these live stream chats as we're auditing channels. Super chats, while very welcome, which may also get an amazing sound effect today, will not guarantee you a super chat because we don't want to create a financial barrier. And something that we always say is that even if you do not get your channel audited this week, because I think we've already had more than 100 submissions, as we always do every single week, please take the tips and tricks that we give to all channels, because about 90 to 95% of the strategies can be applied to all sorts of channels, whether you're gaming, beauty, political opinion, travel, all sorts of channels. Many of the strategies apply to you. And finally, we always judge our opinions off of first impressions. So if we get things wrong, we do apologize. But that might be down to the fact that perhaps you're not selling your channel rightly to the audience, because you're going to be judged on first impressions. Each viewer will maybe take 10, 20 seconds looking at your channel before moving on. So you really want to deliver that value proposition for your thumbnails, your channel banner in those first crucial moments. And with all that being said, Travis, are we ready to do some channel audits?
I think we are. Can everyone get excited? Can we get on the hype train? A little bit of the woo woo. There we go. All right, we're ready to go. Here we go. with the very first channel. Let me go ahead and switch over to that. Now, here we go. And I think Rob can see my channel, my sharing screen, which says The Tireless Tangler. Can you see that, Rob?
I believe I can.
Amazing, amazing,
Tireless
amazing.
Tangler. Can I confirm?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to turn off my webcam now
Yes.
so we can get better bandwidth.
Perfect. Now,
All right,
the
here we go.
Tireless Tangler. Now, the one thing I will say right off the bat, congratulations for over 1,200 subscribers. That's an amazing goal. Amazing goal. But let's real quick go through some of the things that I see right off the bat. So, the Tireless Tangler, one of the things I would want to know is, what is this about? What is a Tireless Tangler? So if I were to look at the banner here, I have a lot of things going on, and I'm a little confused by some of them. I don't know what these two things are here. I'm really confused by that. So personally, I would remove these. Because I don't know what they are. This image is really pretty, but I'm unsure what it is. And then I look down here, I see Patreon or pattern tutorials, which is great. Celtic knots and watercolor gems. That's wonderful. However, I would make this bigger because I want to know that maybe this is one of those things. Everything else looks pretty mobile safe. We're right in here, pretty good. And the front homepage needs to have a lot more going on. So we have the normal uploads. This is by default. It's the only thing that shows. However, I always recommend to have several different videos on the homepage, which includes things like, are you new to the channel? There's a great playlist you can put together for people that are new to your channel. Do not assume that people are coming to your channel know everything about your niche. Make a video series for them for people that are new. You want to convert these new people to your niche and your interests. So give something in here that might help along with that. The thumbnails are kind of samey as we talk about here on vidIQ. They have the one good thing, which is kind of the branding, the color of the banner here and the background. But they are a little samey. I'd like to see a little bit more dynamic. I like that you're showing your face, but is that absolutely necessary for what we're showing here? I would like to see if your face is in it, doing something different than just a little square. Rob, what do you think about this particular channel?
So I think you made a great point. Something that I always forget to do is actually look at the homepage on a channel. And you're right that it has the most recent uploads, but it doesn't have the foundations of what the channel's about. And many people do miss that. So you might want to create a playlist that's something along the lines of welcome to the Tireless Tangler. Here's what we do here. And it might show off a video from the pattern tutorials and the Celtic knots and the watercolor gems. One video from each of your topics. If we go back to the videos now, Travis, I think I do remember that we looked at this channel maybe a few months ago and we suggested making the thumbnails a little simpler. And I believe the video creator has done that to a certain extent now, because I think they really used to be complicated. There was far too much going on screen. And as you can see here, so this was before when they had like the day number and and like lots of different colored fonts. And if we scroll back to the top again, there's a bit more simplicity there. But I think you're right in terms of, I think the creator has to make a decision here, like what's the most important things on their thumbnails. And I think the thing is the pattern, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you necessarily need to see the same video creator face in every single thumbnail? If you're not going to change that look and that expression every single thumbnail, then it's probably not worth keeping you in there. No offense, but sometimes like in tutorials, the hero is the final product and it's these patterns. And we kind of lose that a little bit with the face on one side and then the big text and banner on the other side. Yeah. So some little tweaks needed maybe here and there. Looking at the titles, every single title starts with the 100-day project 2019. So my question to the video creator would be, how many people are finding your content through search? I'm guessing not that many people are searching for the 100-day project, unless that is a thing in your genre. They're probably more searching for the shapes and the patterns, which you include in the thumbnails. So I think bringing those keywords to the front of the titles might be a little more advantageous for just general search and intent. However, I think what we've done here, Travis, is we looked at all of the things that the channel could improve. The one thing I will say, as you say, cracked 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. And they've got a pretty consistent audience here. They're always getting between 200 to 400, 500 views per video, which tells me that that every single video that the video creator is making is hitting their core audience. So you're not going off topic too much. And we just maybe need to get that content reaching more of your audience. My guess is that this channel probably receives a lot of their views through subscribers and not that many views through non-subscribers. So I think there's probably potential there to build up the channel a little bit more. But generally speaking, a solid start for the channel.
Yes, and I love this image. I actually would like this bigger, but it's great. And I appreciate you for submitting your channel, and congratulations again for all of your hard work. Next, I wish I had the ding. I don't have a ding. Oh well, ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Listen. I don't know how to say the last name.
Let's say Manji.
Manji.
Okay,
Sure.
Ali Manji.
Ali Manji. Okay, that's even better. With 200 subscribers, congratulations on that. I think I see a lobster or a crab or something being open there. That's kind of cool. Definitely a food-related channel. Let's take a look real quick at this banner. So it's weirdly split, and this is a problem because of how YouTube does their banners. So while it looks fine on desktop, over around 60 or so % of views on YouTube are on mobile, which means it's going to be shifted weird. It's going to be cut off kind of weird. This picture's kind of cut off. I'd like to see more about what this actually is. This is pretty close to, I think it's a lobster or crab. I don't eat crustaceans. Is that what that is?
I'm guessing it's some sort of seafood, Travis, but yeah, I'm not a culinary master either. I'm going to try something a little risky here. I'm going to try and draw on Travis's screen and see if this works. If you just scroll back to the top, Travis, I was going to note like the mobile cutting off is probably going to be about probably there, would you say?
Yes.
So we're going to get a picture of him and then some fruit. But yeah, I think also we need a bit of a value proposition. Because from the channel banner, is this to suggest it's a seafood channel or a fruit channel? What type of cuisine is it? So some sort of value proposition would help there to educate us in what we expect from a channel.
Right. And again, we're back to the only having just normal uploads here. I would love to see like some playlists and stuff, because here's the reason why that's important. If someone is watching, let's say, for example, this video, let me just hit pause here. What happens is if they like the video, ooh, that looks good. If they like the video, they generally don't subscribe just on the first video. They want to see what else you're doing. So they will click here and then try to figure out, hey, are they doing more of what I like? But they're only going to see this. They're not going to see any of this. They may click videos, but they may not. So you need to be a little bit better about putting some of the stuff that's back here, probably in playlists, on your front page. But if you look at this, it's still a new channel. Excellent. Only 3 months old. Doing some mukbangs, fire chicken. Some of these thumbnails are excellent. Let's talk about the really good ones. Making the hero the hero. I love that. Make the main thing the main thing. And right here, a mukbang with KFC is eating. You're catching action in the thumbnail. That's amazing. I see some people saying they're hungry in chat. I am too. A green Burger King burger with a Big Mac. This is an enticing thumbnail because I've never seen a green Big King thing. So I want to click that because I'm enticed by it. So that's absolutely excellent. A really great idea. Pizza. Yeah, I don't know. I'm concerned about what that is, but I want to click it to find out. So that's a great thumbnail. Mozzarella corn dog sounds amazing. Rob and I will be at VidCon in just a couple of weeks, so we hope to see you there. And if anyone wants to get us some mozzarella corn dogs, I think we'll take you up on it. But Rob, what do you see?
Please do, yeah. This is all making me very hungry, and I haven't eaten yet this evening. It is about it's 7 p.m. where I am right now, so I'm really hungry. So just scroll down a little bit again, Travis, so I can see all the thumbnails. I would say the thumbnails are generally good. What I will say is that sometimes this text can be a little overpowering, because fruit of some kind, I would suggest. Sorry, folks, I know nothing about food, so I'm not sure what it is, but my eyes are drawn towards the text where they should probably be drawn towards what's here. And also I was thinking, when we look at corn dogs and sausages, that in itself, in terms of a thumbnail and a title, doesn't really tell us much about what to expect inside the video. So I think the thumbnail is generally good, that we can see the food at the front and you're about to taste it, but maybe some sort of tease or expectation, such as like, was it tasty, or what happened, or was it so horrible that you couldn't even eat it? So whether that be an emoji, something that helps me stop scrolling and then say, okay, why have I stopped scrolling? Oh, because this is going to happen in the video. Whereas mozzarella corn dogs, to me, just tells me, is this going to be you eating it Is it an ASMR type of video? Because I know you've included that in some of your other videos, but I don't know if this one is an ASMR video. So just, again, trying to understand what each of your videos is about would be useful. In saying all of that, again, Travis, I think the channel, as you say, 3 months old, each video is already getting like triple-digit views.
That's amazing.
Subscriber count 200, so they're already reaching a wide audience. I think that's awesome. I guess the one thing I'm not quite sure about is what language is this channel in? Because
you notice the closed caption here? Look at that. They did a closed captioning for that one. So that's interesting. And it did pretty well on views too. Yeah, I don't know.
So one's got closed captions and subtitles are clearly in English.
Yeah. It's hard to know. Let's go to the About page as the most underutilized page of the... Oh, he did a good job. Look at this. Salamat. That is Filipino. Ha-ha! I know this because I love Filipino food.
So there's a double translation as well. So it's English and Filipino, I would assume here.
And you know what? This goes back to something... This goes back to something I said a couple of weeks back where I talked about one of the most underutilized and underserved communities on YouTube is Filipino. And you know what? I kind of feel that's the case here because most channels, and I've seen a ton of channels, and Rob, I know you've seen a ton of channels that do mukbangs and stuff, and it's hard to break through. However, this channel's broken through very quickly. And I believe if he's actually doing videos from the Philippines, then what it doesn't say, but typically what happens is the country that you're in is where you get your videos promoted first and foremost to. But like I said, the Philippines, if you can do Filipino content, it's an explosion waiting to happen. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm just circling this one here. I don't know if this is a traditional food. This one with 1,000 views here. I'm wondering if that one is maybe a traditional Filipino food of some kind, which is maybe why it's done a little bit better than other ones. That might be where you want to double down instead of perhaps going for the big brands, McDonald's, Pizza Hut. It might be that your audience wants to see more of this stuff potentially. So try follow up to that particular video. Yep.
Thank you very much. I don't have a ring, but I do have another sound effect. I love that sound effect just as much. It's good. The official pro is here. Okay, now let's talk about the banner. He's the official pro. Of what, you might ask?
Of what?
And my answer is I don't know. So let's just think about that for a second, that we want to get across what your channel is all about. Who, what, where, when, why. Leron talks about this all the time. It's a really good question to ask yourself. Like, what are you doing? Who are you giving value to? Who should watch this channel? And what are you all about? So now if we scroll down a little ways, we can see it looks like gaming. So the official pro might be a gamer. That's good. And different games. So my first inclination, let's go to just the video page, because of course they actually have videos like I talked about before. They have their popular, and then they have the created playlists. I like having playlists there. I'm still a huge fan of if you're new to this channel type thing. But let's go to the videos and see what their overall thumbnail strategy and games they're playing and go like, okay, so I see this a lot. I actually spoke to someone earlier today about this very similar situation where they jump from different types of games and get very spiky views, like all over the place views, 42 views, 49 views, 137, 3,000 views. And what this would tell me is if I was this creator, looks like Robux is the thing to go after, yet jumping between other games that are not getting as many views are going to kind of stunt your growth. As far as the thumbnail strategy, this is actually really cool. It's a very matrixy kind of a thing. I think this worked on a lot of different levels. First, you're enticing people with getting, infinite Robux, whatever, I guess that's the Rocash. So that's an enticing thing. The thumbnail's pretty cool. It's got a nice look to it. I think the text should be a little bit bigger, but other than that, not too bad. And obviously it worked, but the creator did not follow up on that at all. They just went with completely different games, and what you're going to see is complete inconsistency in views. Another Roblox and 400 views. So it looks to me like the things that's getting them the most amount of views are the Robux stuff. We go to most popular. That's a great thumbnail though. Yes, minus this Roblox. Yes. So it appears to me that Roblox and Minecraft type things are going to be what this channel should probably focus on. That's where the success is. And definitely, I mean, that's what I see, Rob. What do you see?
Yeah, I would tend to agree. You stole my favorite line here, which Jeremy always says is, can you sort by most popular? And that's what we often do with gaming channels, to find out when a channel wants to do gaming, that's all very well and good for you. But I've seen people draw Venn diagrams where they have like you in the middle, and you have like you're surrounded by several different games, and then there's viewers on each of those different games who are interested in that one game but will not translate to another one. So yeah, it looks as if this Robux game, I've never heard of it, I must confess.
Me neither.
And you have this one standout video. The one thing I would just be a little wary of here is I know that it says hack. So if you have provided a tutorial on how to get something which maybe you're not supposed to, is it underhand tactics there? I'm only assuming at this point, so I could be completely wrong, but just bear in mind that you might be touching community guidelines here in terms of appropriate content. However, if it's completely legitimate and it's just a hack within the game, like a cheat, which is recognized by the video game, then yeah, I think maybe double down on that type of topic. And it does look to be Robux and a bit of Minecraft, but I would still say, ask the question here to the video creator. In terms of all of the games that you're playing, which do you enjoy playing the most?
Yes.
And which do you think you get most back from your YouTube community? And you'll be able to find that out by just watching by going on one of your videos and checking the comments and seeing if they're asking you questions, if they're placing you on like a pedestal and saying, I want more answers from you. I see you as an authority. Can you please tell me how to do this, this, and this? And that's what can generate so many different video ideas for your content. And you can start to become the authority. You can do 5, 10, 15 videos on that topic. The other thing I would say as well, I notice here, Travis, if you sort again by newest, for a gaming channel, probably the consistency is going to be tough for a gaming channel to grow because gaming moves so rapidly and the type of audience is almost wanting that daily content. And it looks as if they're posting on a bi-weekly, maybe a monthly. Obviously, there may be school that's getting in the way of this. And it looks as if a month ago you were posting more videos, but maybe now it's the summer holidays. You've got a bit of an opportunity to batch up a couple of videos and then take them through to the times when it's going to be a little more busy in your life. So now might be the opportunity to make quite a few videos on whatever topic you decide to chase. And I think for Travis and us, it seems to be Robux in particular, if I'm pronouncing that game right at all.
Yep. All right, to the next one. I love that sound effect. So good. Max Movie Reviews with 2,431 subscribers. Great job on that. I did just see the trailer for Jumanji. I liked the last one. Did you see the last Jumanji movie?
To be honest, I've not even seen the first one, Travis.
It's
all
so
I know
good.
of Jumanji is when in The Simpsons, Homer is running away from something, he says, Jumanji, why does nothing from the movies never work? That's the only Jumanji reference
You absolutely must see it. It's a hilarious movie. I didn't think it'd be any good, but it's absolutely fantastic, and now there's a new one coming out. So he's basically doing movie reviews. And now he's doing a trailer reaction. I think reactions of trailers and stuff is great, especially for movie channels that they can't actually show the movie for obvious reasons. But again, back on this page where it's just uploads. And for a channel like this, I think it's incredibly important to have like a channel trailer, pardon the pun, for your channel. I mean, to explain like why should we watch your channel movie reviews over the millions of others. I think that should be here rather than your Toy Story 4 one. Also, do your different playlists here about like the different types, comedy, action, drama. You should be playlist heavy on this front homepage. Get people to engage because again, when people click your name, they're coming here. They may go here, but they may go here and then just leave. And you don't want to give them any reason or opportunity to leave, but we will be nice and click on videos. And going in here, we can see obviously really doubling down and really leaning into each movie, which is great. I like things more like this, where the people that are the actual creators are in front of an actual back image. This is kind of plain in the back, and the Godzilla, I talk about text all the time on thumbnails. If you're going to do it, please make it easy to read. And I understand this is a logo, but there's certain words on the Godzilla part that I just can't read. And again, I don't like repeating text here that's down here. You have two opportunities to say something with words. One is here and one is here. Why would you use both of them to say the same exact thing? Something like this is good.
Yeah, for example, for the Aladdin one, I would actually say in the thumbnail, I actually thought Will Smith was quite good in the in Aladdin, or like, you know, something that creates a bit of controversy, or something that is against expectations a little bit. Well, yeah, just repeating text in titles, it's never an advised thing.
And I think that they kind of did it here. Only Pixar. And they're saying Rotten Tomatoes before it comes out. This is implying something. And this is something that makes people interested. And it implies that it creates what's called a knowledge gap, where it asks a question or poses a thought, and the only way you're going to get the answer or the resolution is to click, and that does that. Only Pixar what? Only Pixar would release Toy Story 4, only Pixar would do something crazy. You know, what it is a knowledge gap between here and the actual video. So the click is needed to resolve that. And I like that. Rambo, Last Blood, again, make sure everyone, all creators in chat, here is one of those moments where I'm going to give you something that literally every single one of you can use. So please pay attention right now, as the bottom right-hand corner always has a timestamp. Do not put text near the bottom right-hand corner or even the top right corner of your screen, as you can see the little clock there. So do yourself a favor.
I cannot wait to see Rambo Last Blue.
Last Blue, baby. Oh, I'm so excited for Last Blue. But yes, you got to make sure that you don't put anything important behind this text. Overall, though, I like the way they're doubling down on each movie. I'm pretty happy with the thumbnails, with the exception of some of these that look really busy. I believe we have a talk coming out in VidCon. I don't know. Are you doing? No, Jeremy's doing the thumbnail talk, and he's going to talk about thumbnails at VidCon.
That's right. Jeremy's doing the thumbnail one. Yeah.
What are you doing again? I forget.
Oh, well, thanks for forgetting what I'm doing at VidCon. It is about what is views per hour and why is velocity so important on YouTube. So, folks, make sure to check it out. When is it? It's July the 13th at 10 a.m. in the Anaheim Ballroom, if you are going to VidCon. And you will most likely get free sunglasses if you go to that talk as well, just to drop in a little freebie plug there. All right, let's scroll to the top here, Travis, because I want to give the video creators some good news, and then I want to challenge them a little bit. So the channel banner here, it says Max Movie Reviews, and you've got 2,400 subscribers, which I think is fantastic for all of these review, trailer, reaction type ones, because there's so many around. I think a lot of them don't even crack a couple of hundred subscribers. So to get 2,000 is fantastic. However, what I will say here, and the question I'll ask you is, what differentiates your channel from all of the other channels that do this? Because you say movies, TV, video games, that's fine. I can get that from another channel that has 20,000 subscribers, and I feel as if I'm going to be more associated with them because they've got a pedigree and they've got some authority on YouTube. Now, you might already be doing this in your videos. For example, I know some channels review movies while getting drunk, and that's kind of like their unique selling point. So I want to ask this channel, what is your unique selling point? Is it the way you do the reviews? Do you have catchphrases? Do you have a strange grading system? What is going to convince me to watch you instead of another channel? I think that's what might just hold you back. I think it's fantastic that you're jumping on all of these trending topics. It's like the Toy Story review. You did it as soon as it came out, which is fantastic. I assume you'll probably have a Spider-Man review probably tomorrow or the day after. But how can you get people to click on that versus another channel that's already well established? And I just think there's you're going to have to decide how to give people that alternative viewpoint where they can't get anywhere else on YouTube. And from the thumbnails and from the channel banner, I'm not quite seeing that yet.
Well, we thank you for submitting your channel and soundbite. All right, there we go into Alex Tutorials, Windows 10, PC, Android. You can't hear that, right, Rob? I don't think Rob can hear my soundbites. Yeah, so he doesn't know what
I will start making my own in a few moments.
Okay. And once again, I feel like everyone is doing this where they're just not putting so I'm not going to say it again and again and again. I think by now we all know, please do something with this and put some other videos in there. So let's just go to the video section. I like the channel banner in one way, where it says subscribe for new videos, Alex Tutorials. Very simple, Windows 10, PC, Android tutorials. Okay. That's great. I get my value proposition super quick, and I love that the simplicity is there. I think that it's going to be tutorials about Windows, PC, and Android. If I'm right, then this is kind of a win. It's not like, it doesn't have to be super fancy. It does not have to be photoshopped. It doesn't have to be any of those things. It just has to be nice, simple, to the point. Tell me what you are going to do for me. And they've done that, which is great. Now I go to the thumbnails, and I'm a little bit kind of turned off. And I'll tell you why. For me, this is very much 2007 thumbnails for YouTube, but we are no longer into. Hold on, I was going to play a soundbite. I'm not going to do that though. But listen, I think that I get the whole point of wanting a little bit of text in your thumbnails, but I mean, we went too far on this. We need to slow down. We need to settle down. So here's what I would prefer you to do. First of all, you've literally done what we've talked about many times, where you put the text and in both. Like, so I think let's not do that anymore. Let's find some pictures. For example, your download folder location in Windows 10 can literally be a screenshot of Windows. I mean, I'm assuming that you're video capturing in the video. You literally could show that same thing. Same thing with Minecraft. Not terribly hard to come up with pictures of Minecraft. I'm pretty sure Google has a tremendous amount of copyright-free and safe Minecraft pictures. Anyway, I think that the point is very simple. Definitely need to completely redo the thumbnail strategy here. And if you're going to be text heavy in the thumbnails because you want to get across like how important something is, you need to go back to just doing something different in the title. Don't do the same. You've wasted it. You've wasted the opportunity. Rob, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I'd agree. From when somebody goes onto YouTube and they just want an answer to a question, sometimes it is absolutely fine to have a thumbnail that does exactly what it says on the tin, like how to get faster Wi-Fi or how to overclock Windows, which is always one of them. Now, Travis, you do this a lot when we're in our audits, and you refer to Liron as one of the shining examples
he is
of how to do that the right way.
In so many ways.
If you check out Liron Segev's channel, he's recently had some breakthroughs with getting faster Wi-Fi, and he has merged the simplicity of having a bit of text in his thumbnails, but then delivering a little bit more. For example, faster Wi-Fi adapter. It shows a product and it has a little fire coming out of its bottom. I don't know if Travis, if you've got a appropriate sound effect for me saying the word bottom, but there you are. Boost your phone's internet. This one here. Another example with a phone icon, little upload, and a fire there. And that is far more appealing than just a block of text. So what you can do, if we go back to the video creators channel here, Travis, what one of the examples might be is if it's like how to overclock. I was looking at this one, how to overclock your monitor on Windows. You might have a text how to overclock there, and then an icon of a monitor with something indicating speed or like a speed dial in the middle of a monitor, just to add some variety to the thumbnail. I think your titling strategy is pretty good.
Yes.
My one question to you would be is that are you following very recent tutorial trends? For example, when I was doing a bit of research, there seems to be a lot of interest in a new Windows update. I think, what was it? It had a number assigned to it, like 1903, which meant that a lot of people were searching for a particular Windows update. So you might want to look at what things are changing in certain areas. How to make an undeletable folder in Windows 10 8.7. Well, how old is Windows 7 now, and how many people use it? It might need to be a little bit updated, like how to make an undeletable folder in Windows 10 May update 2019, just to give it a bit more context and have a potential to hit the top of the search rankings for a brief amount of time while it's an in vogue, currently trending topic. So foundations are there for the channel, I think. I think we're both in agreement here, Travis, that the thumbnails just really aren't worth clicking. They're not clickable thumbnails right now.
Right. All right, well, let's move on to Beast.
One thing I will say that, one final thing I will say though, sorry, Travis, is that I looked at every single video and it had 100% engagement, likes to dislikes ratio. So I think when people get in the videos, they're liking the content, but I think probably the click-through rate is probably not that high, and that's where we need to. It's the advertising of the content that it's not quite nailing on. Sorry, I went off on a bit of a tangent now.
No
Who
worries,
are we
sorry.
looking at right now?
Looking at Beast Adam, who apparently is
Beast
live
Adam.
right now, which is interesting. So I guess he's not seeing that we're doing his channel, ironically.
Gee, thanks, Beast.
I know, right? What kind of shenanigans is this? Okay, hold on. Let me do this sad wah-wah sound. Oh, he's not here. Oh, too bad. Okay, Beast is okay. So my first thought is, Beast, is he like a mini Mr. Beast? I don't know. Now remember, these two images are not going to be on mobile, and remember, about 60% or so of people watching are watching on their phone, so they're not going to see this. Let's see if we can figure out what this channel's about. The family. All right. He's got some type of family going on there. He's got his normal uploads, which is a vlog. Here we are, my daily routine, OMG, his popular uploads, past live. I still don't know what I'm getting out of this channel. So let's go to the video section. Now, let me just tell you already, I'm going to do more than what probably 90% of the people that end up on this page would do. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt to find out more. Most people would look at this and go, I don't see a focus, and I'm out. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's click the video, see if we can figure out exactly what he's up to. And looks like it's more of the same. How are you? Looks like he's got some filters. It's just random. I think we don't have a very specific kind of focus at this moment. It looks like it's a little bit all over the place. And I think there was a time on YouTube where this might have worked, where you could just kind of do random stuff. And listen, if you're just out there to have fun and just have, let your creative juices go, this is fine. But if you want to grow, you're going to have to be very specific. Let's Talk 12, when it's multiple videos and they're all called Let's Talk 12, is not going to get you anywhere. It's really, no one's searching for that. People wouldn't even know what that means when they click on it. What does the number 12 mean, and why is there like 5 of them? I'm not the best at math, but I don't think that actually works. So I don't know. There's a let's play. I think there's just a lot of inconsistency and a lot of things that just don't make sense. Rob, do you see anything that I'm not seeing here? Uh-oh. Rob's having internet problems because, again, he is overseas. So let's go ahead real quick and then let's look at his about page. See if we can figure out what is going on there. Okay. Whoa, okay. All right. Yep. So this is it's mostly not in English. Okay, so that's cool. Is this German? Anyone in the chat can tell me if this is German or what is this? I think it might be German. So in which case, my question then really quickly becomes, if your about page is in German, why is the rest of it seemingly in English? Let me real quick, Rob just dropped. Let me see if I can pull him back up. Let's see, where are we at? Let's give him a ring-a-ding-ding. So the question then would be, if this is in German, then why is the rest of this in English? And I guess I don't understand the disconnect. And I had this happen a couple times with people I've talked to, especially people in India, where they'll speak part of their videos in Hindi, the other part in English. The problem then becomes really simple. It becomes one of, Hey, yes, I hear you, Rob. There you are. The problem.
Hello, Rob. Sorry, I dropped out.
No worries. The problem then is, are you going to be speaking to your English Oh, that's the wrong page. I'm showing the wrong page there let's say that again. Are you going to be speaking to your English-speaking fans? Or are you going to be speaking to your German-speaking fans? And you've got to make a decision. Now, inside of these videos, I don't know if he's speaking German or not, but if your about page is in German, my guess is that it is, and that's why there's some dislikes here. So, Rob, I don't know if you've caught. I know you just got disconnected. What do you think about this page?
I think what you were generally talking about is how does your audience know what to expect from your content? Because a lot of them are let's talks. My question would be, are they live streams? Because I can see some of them are an hour, but then other ones are 13 seconds long. So I'm really confused as to what the channel's about in this case. Is it just like, is it this person talking to the camera, or is it this person talking to the audience, or is it this person talking to guests who he has on his videos? I think we're losing a lot just in the translation of the titles and the thumbnails. We on the channel banner, it didn't indicate what the channel was about either, did it, Travis? So
no, just Beast.
I mean, I get stuck. I get stuck on the question of why should I be watching you? And let's talk isn't enough to convince me to click on the videos to find out what they're about. There seems to be some likes to dislikes questions here as well. I don't know if this sometimes could be that there's a potential troll who's causing the skewing of these figures, or you're talking about controversial topics. So that would be something that we need to understand from the content. But I think if my strategy would be for this video creators, instead of the title "Let's Talk," phrase the video as a question. Like whatever you're talking about predominantly throughout the video, phrase that as a question to your audience, and that's what will lead them into your content. And you can then use that to help add a bit of description, more metadata, something that YouTube can use as well. Because it'd be interesting to know whether from traffic sources where your views come from. Is it from browse features, suggested videos, search? How are people finding your content and watching it? Those are the questions that we can't really answer just by looking at the thumbnails and the titles.
Awesome. Apparently that's Dutch. So shout out to people in the chat that have clarified that it's not German, it's Dutch. Appreciate you. There you go. A little bit of a horn for you. And we are off to the next video, or the next channel. Super User Tech Mods, who's in the chat very often. We appreciate you greatly. And one cool thing about Super User Tech Mods, now first of all, look at this. This is correct. He's got to look at this. Thank you. Hold on. Let me play this sound effect. Oh. Yes, we have finally found it. Someone who's using the home page correctly. Yes, I love it. So wonderful. This is what I'm talking about. This is why your home page should look like something similar to this, because here's the thing. If you're scrolling down and you're looking for different subjects, you're finding subject playlists. And here's the cool thing. Let's say someone wants to click this. Do you know what happens in a playlist? It automatically gets you to your next video in your playlist, and the next, and the next, and the next. You may have just brought someone into your own funnel of videos, which is great. This is wonderful. Super User Tech Mods on point. Let's real quick go to his videos. And we've talked about Super User Tech Mods in the past, where he was struggling for a while trying to figure out what would work for him. And then he tripped across something a couple of months ago. And man, I mean, Rob, can we talk about this? I mean, he really found something that worked for him. And let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so I've experienced this before, being a former tech channel. Leron's now experiencing it now. Mm-hmm. When YouTube finally understands what you're strongest at talking about on YouTube, and you have a bit of traction, YouTube will then start to send these positive signals to you saying, yeah, we like this content. We don't want you to talk about anything else. We want you to talk about this particular product or tech or beauty products, whatever it is, whatever genre it is. Please dissect this topic as much as possible, and we will serve up that content more than anything else. Yeah, NVIDIA Shield, brilliant. If you're going to do something about the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, no, we're not going to send that to as many people. And you can see throughout this video creator's history that usually when they talk about this one topic of the NVIDIA Shield, then that channel gets far in excess views versus what they might do on other ones. I saw one there for the OnePlus 6, which had like 100 views, and then like every single NVIDIA one is at least 1,000 views, if not more. Now, I know from a video creator's perspective, they always say this, yeah, but I don't want to be known for one particular thing. I don't want to be the person who just does that type of video. And I think Leron did a podcast with somebody very recently and said, I love being pigeonholed. I love being known as the master of one particular thing. And I always say to myself, if YouTube's going to reward me for this content, then I will create content that has the least amount of resistance from YouTube. They will pick up this content and share it amongst my audience time and time again. Now, that doesn't mean that you always have to do NVIDIA Shield content. And this video creator is practicing with other bits of content. Sorry, my webcam falling down there, even though I'm not on webcam. Sorry about that. Yeah, they're experimenting with OnePlus stuff and like how to get a shutter count on a camera. And that's fine, because in the future, you'll probably want to pivot. And eventually, you may find another topic that does really well. Like I can see one here, new Google Play Store. That one got 7,000 views. That one did really well. And there's ones here on how to route your OnePlus 7. That's got some views as well. So there's still experimentation going on here and there. But you always have this thing to fall back on, the NVIDIA Shield. And until that's not a thing anymore, this is going to be Super User Tech Mods, I guess, home on YouTube. And I think that's absolutely fine. So thumbs up to you. We've audited and talked to your channel in the past, and you continue to have this stable channel building, more than 5,000 subscribers. I seem to remember the first time we audited you, it was under 1,000, I think, last year. And I would also say from this point of view, Travis, is that this channel should probably be having some sort of brand deals and associations with anything that's with the NVIDIA Shield universe right now, whether it's apps that specifically work for them. I don't know if you're already doing that now, but you are one of the premier NVIDIA Shield video creators, so you should be able to be having those sort of brand deals by now.
100%. Definitely reach out. You can show them your work and the views you're getting, and I'm sure they'd be happy to work with you. Shout out to Super User Tech Mods. A little bit of horn there for you. And to the next one, Lila, 103 subscribers. Congratulations on that. We are on the homepage as always. Your homepage looks
welcome to YouTube, Lila.
That's right. And look at how the homepage looks. Completely different. That's interesting. It's all just vertical. There's no featured video or anything like that. But it gets you right to the video. So nothing wrong with that. Look at some of these thumbnails. Just beautiful. When you make the main thing the main thing. Right, Rob? Am I right on this? Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick question to the audience. Quick question to the audience in terms of a channel. Do you prefer a mix of vertical and horizontal playlists, or do you prefer just horizontal or vertical? I sort of, in the past, I've tried to mix it up a little bit just to give your eyes something different, a little different to look at. So maybe the video creator wants to play around with this. I mean, thumbs up for building out your homepage, because many people don't do that. But yeah. Thumbnail's fantastic. Types of focus, that thumbnail that I just saw a little further down. How professional does that look? This channel is already operating at a channel size of thousands, tens of thousands of subscribers in terms of their thumbnails. Really powerful stuff.
If we go to the video, I want to see more actual videos. First of all, she's done a fantastic job, as I've talked about, making some beginner's guide. Look, you know what? I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to tell you why. Because she's doing the things that we talk about every single week on this channel. I'm going to go ahead and hit subscribe. And she's doing them right, and there's definitely quality here. I don't subscribe to very many channels, but I'm now subscribed. Let's go to the video page and let's see exactly what else we can see here. Now, look, there's just so much quality going on here. I love seeing this sort of stuff. This looks very Peter McKinnon-ish. Very Peter McKinnon-ish.
It does, yeah.
Is that a McKinnon? I mean,
McKinnon-ish.
But look at what she does with when she uses text. Amazing. Look, it's there. Look, hologram. There's a hologram there. The text almost seems like hologram. I can't believe this happened. What? This is how you use text and title. This is how you use text and title. This is how you... do I have to say it every single time, Rob? I'm getting tired of saying it. She's got it. Let me do her horn. Great job on these. That's really great. But with all good things, we definitely want to say, you know, there's some always areas of expertise that we can maybe impart on you. My only thing so far, as my phone rings, is the text on the banner is a little bit small, a little bit thin. I can see it on my monitor. I wonder how well that would come up on a phone. I'm not 100% sure. Filmmaking tutorial, she's right to the point. I love it. She's in the middle. She's completely mobile safe, except for her face, which doesn't necessarily have to be there to get the content across. It's almost like an extra, so I'm okay with that. The about page, Rob, what do you think? Is she gonna have a good about page? Let's see.
I'm gonna say, it's middling. Could be better.
Middling, frankly, overwhelming. Okay, so not too bad. But let's go back real quick and show Leron's about page, because again, he's doing it better than anyone on the platform. Real quick to show you guys how amazing the about page is. This is your pitch. This is your final pitch to get someone to view or subscribe to your channel. And Leron does it so well. Are you wondering which phone to buy? Now remember, he has a tech channel. Are you wondering which phone to buy? Do you already have the latest Samsung Note 9, Galaxy 9, all the such? You're in the right place. And that's the thing, is he's telling you all the things he's going to cover on his channel. And boom, if you're into that stuff, you're in the right place. That right there gets an immediate subscribe from me. It makes it super simple. I need a little bit. She's there. I've created videos that'll take you through every part of the feature. What I do want to see, in addition to what she's done, which is great, is what Liron does here is he integrates all of these search terms into his pitch. Every single paragraph has different search terms: Android, tablets, tech stuff, hands-on reviews. Everything is purposeful. So Lila's done a great job
Travis,
so far.
Travis, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Just
Uh-oh. What? I think... Rob.
Hello? Am I still on?
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead.
Am I still here? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do you not hear me anymore?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Folks, can you hear me?
Yes. You can hear me or you can't hear me? Because now you're acting like you can't hear me.
I can confirm now, Travis, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
The wonders of live streaming from across the continents. Travis, do me a favor. Go back to Liron's channel.
Yes, sir.
And his About section. Yes. Okay, folks. If you search for this weird little tag thing here, fingers crossed, you should only find one result. And that is Liron's channel, because YouTube indexes channel description pages. So that's how we've tested that. We know. Oh, I hope this works. Oh, phew.
I use it every day, thank so I know Lord. It works.
So, yeah. So that is a clear indication that YouTube is searching and indexing description pages. So make sure to really, and it'll take 5-10 minutes, and then it's there for 6 months, a year, before you need to update it again. Now, one thing I will say about our hero channel here, Lila, I think we know what your hustle is here. It seems to be Adobe Premiere and how to improve your knowledge and experience with Premiere. I think mostly might also be about cameras in general. So the one thing I would probably be wanting to see here is whenever you look at a piece of software or a piece of technology, try and hit something when it's trending. For example, when there's a new feature on Premiere Pro or a new software update, something that's really current, because you're starting to work through a genre and a topic that is well trodden. I know this is going to be the likes of Peter McKinnon who can just shoot to the top straight away, but for most video creators, you're going to be moving into a crowded space. So you just need to find the tutorials and the stories that are trending in the last month, the last week, that may see you just get to the top of the search rankings a little bit more. Because right now you're in the hustle stage. I think I'm going to make a bit of assumption here, but I assume that the quality of your videos is awesome. And that you probably get very high watch time. And we can see that a little bit from the likes to dislikes. You're 100% on everything. You just need to be discovered. You just need that one video to hit, get a 3,000-4,000 views. And that's when you can then target what to do next on your content. So just think about doing keyboard shortcuts is great, but are there any new keyboard shortcuts or anything that's happened in the last software update or in the last 3 or 4 months that you can target specifically that people are searching for within the realms of the software that you're covering?
Amazing. Looking forward to looking at this a little bit later on. Give you a little horn action. And we will move on to the next one. K&M Gaming Guides. All right, now another gaming channel, and we have our uploads going. Okay, look, hey, we have a little bit of playlist action going on here. I love to see that. Some challenge runs guide. Look at it, telling you PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I like that. These challenge run guides are for people who are going to be looking specifically for this. So I actually, I'm super happy to see this. It gives me great joy. I feel like I've birthed something. Let's go over to the video section.
Are you getting chills right now, Travis?
Are
you getting the channel audit chills?
I'm getting, and I love Mortal Kombat 11, so I'm definitely going to have to watch some of these videos a little later on. But here's the thing. So I am probably a person you would want to target with some of these videos. I'm going to look at these rather than this because I at least can speak to this somewhat. So I'm interested because I use Scorpion. I would definitely want to watch this video. But again, we're kind of back to the repeating text here and there. So let's go over this for a second. I really want it to be very clear about why it's important to not repeat yourself. Number one, there's a lot of text here. And I'm not going to read all this. I see Scorpion. That's probably good enough. I want to see story mode. Okay, done. That's literally all I needed to know. Scorpion, story mode. This on very hard story mode, chapter 10. I don't care about all that. I don't want to know all that. I tell me the 1 or 2 things. And the other thing is, look how much is cut off. There's too much stuff cut off here. So you also have to remember, some people, I think people don't only have a certain amount of time. I mean, kids probably have more time than I do, but for people, the vast majority of people, they have a little bit of time to take on YouTube, to, you know, to be entertained and move on, or be educated. If I'm spending half my time trying to figure out what your thumbnail and title's about, I'm not going to bother, because there's about 27 other million thumbnails out there that are going to tell me what I need right off the bat. So I would remove all this text, make the character portions really big and really exciting, maybe show them fighting or in the story mode or whatever. And you can keep some of this stuff in here, but make sure that it's succinct. This is so long that people aren't going to be able to read it. And as long as you're putting the information in your description, the search engine will know what it's about. Trust me, the YouTube search engine knows a lot more than you might think it does, including, even if you don't put, and I'm not suggesting you do this, but I've tested this, even if you don't put the product name in the title, but put it somewhere in the description, it will know that the video is about that product. I've tested this before, it works. So, or device, or whatever the case may be. So if you're having to balance between putting a like, for example, the video game MK11 versus having a really compelling title, put the title in, put the game in the description, you'll be fine. Rob, what do you think?
Just scroll it to the top a little bit there, Travis. Not the banner, but just the videos here. So in terms of the thumbnails, what these remind me of is the first slide of a PowerPoint, like how to do Mortal Kombat 11 on very hard. So very bland, as you said. And let's think about Mortal Kombat 11. What type of game is that? It's very violent, I think, is one way to put it. And there's a lot of interesting graphics going on there. Now, I'm not necessarily suggesting that you use the most bloody aspects of Mortal Kombat, as like a headless person or bits of spine floating around. Where else do I go with this without it sounding completely wrong? But Mortal Kombat includes a lot of action. And for example, I think one of these, is that Raiden on that, or that Scorpio on one of these? Scorpion. You could have them with the action of the chain coming out, or like the electric surrounding the character, rather than just the default character pose, which I think would be a lot more effective. Yes. And you could just sum up your experience with Scorpion here. So it might be Scorpion, and it might be tough, or more simple than you think, or easy, or challenging, or gory. One word to sum up the experience of your attempts with whatever character. And the other thing I would note is that look at how you were building up an audience here with Mortal Kombat. Each of these videos getting a couple of hundred views, which is very good. You moved on to another topic, Silent Hill, and look at how the audience dropped off again. You lost maybe half of your audience when you moved on to another topic. So do you stick with Mortal Kombat 11, or do you pivot to another one? That's a very challenging question that you're going to have to answer there as you move forward. And my thoughts would be, show people how to get the secrets on Mortal Kombat. Each of these videos is a good 20, 30 minutes. So you must know a hell of a lot to be able to complete this game with every single character. I think you've got a lot more to offer your audience than just showing them the same format every single time on Mortal Kombat. I'm sure there's lots of extra things that you could provide in the videos regarding that, rather than moving on to a new topic, which you kind of have done in your most recent videos.
Yeah, and I get you kind of want to move on, but again, if you look at the views in the Mortal Kombat, because it's still a very hot game, mainly because the CEO tournament was this past weekend. There was a huge Mortal Kombat tournament that was on Twitch and live streaming, so you might have even gotten some views from that because people are looking up things. And then to go to Silent Hill during like a big weekend for Mortal Kombat, I think is a mistake. You should really be paying attention to the other things that are going on around you to try to take advantage of those things. But other than that, pretty good. 458 subscribers. Not too bad. You got your gaming guides, in-depth walkthroughs, and they are doing that.
It is a tough one, isn't it, Travis? You've always got that balance between what your audience wants, the hype and the demand that you created up from your past content, versus what do I want to do as a video creator? How do I sustain my creativity? And absolutely, that is a challenge. But you always have to think about this in the back of your mind or in the front of your mind somewhere. what does my audience want to watch? And that's how YouTube, from an algorithmic point of view, people are always trying to tackle the algorithm, but what you're actually trying to do is tackle your audience's wishes. And that is the tricky one. So it might be that you divert onto Silent Hill for maybe one video, but then you also have Mortal Kombat to come back to on a regular basis.
Yes, indeed. All right, to the next. All right. Meringue Bad, 2,800 subscribers. I don't know what we're getting. What are we getting into here? Let me take a look here. All right. Oh, okay. A little bit of horror stuff. Okay. Well, we're right on the edge. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna move on.
This looks intriguing.
It's a little overly intriguing. Let's blow that up. Okay, well, that was a big blow up. Okay, all right. So let's go to Limitless FTW COD content creator. That is a mouthful. That is a mouthful. But once you change your name,
the longest channel name ever, I think.
Yeah, once you change your name, I think it's kind of hard to. Well, no, you actually can change your name. But anyway, let's move on from that. Limitless FTW, which is for the win, typically. Call of Duty, great. Now, when I scroll down, the only thing I better see is Call of Duty because you've set my expectation. Let's see. All right, we got spring. Okay, yep, that looks like Call of Duty. That looks like Call of Duty. Okay, good. Well, okay, that's a meme. All right, more Call of Duty. Okay, good. Now, the reason the tutorials. Okay, but no, Call of Duty. Okay, the reason I say that is because so many times we will see someone create a channel and really triple down on a game or something like that, one specific subject, and then you go into it and it's nothing to do with that, and that's always a mistake. So again, the homepage is done fairly well. Insane montages. I love stuff like that because it gets people really interested right in. The thumbnail strategy, this is a meme and you have to kind of understand it, and it doesn't have anything to do with Call of Duty at all. This one's kind of cool. This one looks, I keep thinking that's Dr. Phil. I know it's not, but it looks kind of like him. There's PewDiePie. So it's a little bit all over the place. Mind-blowing personal record. I think for something like insane montages, you just keep it to the game. You don't need to add this extra meme stuff in there. I think it kind of takes away from it, personally. And yeah, everything else looks okay. Let's go to the main video page. And yes, lots of meme stuff. Just very meme-ish. Okay, now we're in Red Dead Redemption 2. This is what I was worried about. Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, here we go. CJ, which is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This is what I'm talking about. This is only 2 months ago, too. You've tripled down on a name and you've gone elsewhere. It looks like he's come back to Call of Duty. Yes. But was dipping into other things. And this is kind of the danger when you name yourself something so strongly behind one thing and then decide, I'm bored of it. And then what ends up happening is you don't get a lot of views for it because people are confused. They're like, well, what am I here for? Yeah, if you go back to Call of Duty, you're doing all right. A little bit over 100 views. And for a channel with 2,100 subscribers, I mean, not completely out of the norm. I'd like to see it a little higher. But I think once you start confusing people, let's say, for example, let me give you a real quick example. Let's say I subscribed here and I liked it. And then I'm watching. And then I'm like, okay, well, now things are starting to get weird. All right, now I'm not really paying attention. Okay, now I'm not even watching anymore because I don't like Apex Legends, or I don't care anything about your recording and streaming setup. You know what I mean? So now I'm not watching anymore, and now your views are going to tank. What do you think? Am I being too harsh, Rob?
I would just say generally from this channel, things look a little busy and confused from the thumbnails. There's a lot going on in each of them, and I guess the telltale sign is that so you are including Call of Duty in most of the titles, so we can understand when you're covering a certain game. But because there's so much going on in the thumbnails, it's sometimes difficult to actually work out what the theme of each of these videos is about, just a little bit. But this might be my failing of not being familiar with Call of Duty. So I just think, generally speaking, each of these thumbnails, I would simplify. I think I don't have too much of an issue with memes in some of these, but just looking at Drunk Russian Plays Black Ops 4, I can see Putin, and he's saying something. But then we've got like another 3 faces, and one's so tiny I can't even pick it out there. So I think they just sorry, my this drawing on the screen is so delayed that it just looks really strange. But I think I can see it like what might be a vodka bottle there, but I'm just not quite sure because there's so many things happening, occurring in this thumbnail. What are my eyes supposed to be drawn to? So I would say for this video creator, with everything that you're doing, simplify around 50 to 70%, and you should probably see a higher click-through rate on your content. And I think the title wise, some of them seems to be pretty good. Like you're asking questions or making them intriguing in some way, kind of making me want to click on them, which seems pretty good. But yeah, simplifying things is where I would start for the channel.
Amazing. Here we go. Off to what the hells? We are doing a bigger channel. Hold on, let me get that music. Yes, indeed. The bigger channels get some love too. And I know some people are going to say, well, they have almost 100,000 subscribers. Why do we need to look at them? Because I think it's important to see people across their journey. And sometimes you'll learn something from them, and sometimes they'll learn something from you. So let's take a look at this. How to make money with storage unit auctions, thrifting, and eBay reselling. I love it. First of all, I would love to make more money. I'm all about that life. And I used to love watching that one show, what was it on TV, where they would go through the different, Storage Wars. Used to watch that all the time. Really enjoyed that. So let's see what we got down here. All right. Found us in the military bag. Hail, answer your questions. Okay, so now let me look at these thumbnails. Thrifting for profit, found truck with keys in it. So again, this goes to the point where you need to watch where you put your titles, your text in thumbnails. It looks like it's also repeating. So again, I'm going to go back to saying if you're going to use text, try to use different text because you're just basically saying the same thing over again. And again, watch out for the timestamp on the right. So just kind of think into yourself. If you're going to put text in, just forget about the right-hand side. Just don't even put anything there. But let's see, mom needs to, there's emotion. There's compelling nature. She needs her son's unit back. Mom needs her to see sons. I mean, I have to click on this because I don't know what's going to happen. And guess what? 70,000 other people had to as well because this is a compelling title and thumbnail. Welcome to YouTube, people. This is how you get the clicks. Get people to be compelled and interested in whatever the subject is. And boom, you're off to the races. 4 cops on the way to a treasure hunt. You've captured something interesting in the thumbnail. A cop reaching in, probably asking for your insurance and license. I don't know what that's all about. I've never had that happen before. 38,000 people agree that that is compelling. And you'll notice that there's kind of this thing you'll see more often than not, especially these ones that are successful. Cashing in gift cards. People love to save money, make money, or save time. And when you do something like this, people are going to watch. So you're going to start to see things that make sense that are the bigger videos. And the ones that are slightly smaller are just, they're just chance. Well, first of all, this is a live stream, so you don't want to put that in there. This was made 2 weeks ago when there was still a little bit of Avengers stuff going on. So you got the Captain America thing going on. That probably would have done even better if it had been done like the week of Avengers. So be thinking about that as well. But in general, I kind of like it. I would like to see a little bit more things like this, where there's action in the thumbnail like this. Action in the thumbnail. I see this is fine, but I'm not like intrigued by it. Like, oh, that's cool, and I can move on. This, I can't move on from. This, I can't move on from. So that's what, personally, I would like to see. What about you, Rob?
I'm curious, Travis, can you sort the channel by all these videos? I want to get an understanding of how long this channel's been on YouTube. Because my guess is, and I could be wrong here, I think this channel has... Is that right? So the channel's not less than 2 years old.
So it could be. They also may have unlisted stuff, but it could be. Could be.
It's deleted,
totally possible. Totally possible.
Wow. So that is incredible that the channel has been able to build up such a theme and topic to almost 100,000 subscribers, and congratulations in advance for when you hit that, because you're almost there. Just click on the about section. I'm just curious as well. I'm trying to determine if they have like a presence off of YouTube, which has maybe helped bring in an audience to their channel. So they used to be HJH Adventures as well.
Maybe that's big or something.
So yeah, potentially, because I'm going to be honest. when we look back at so they joined in 2017. I'll be honest, when I look back at the videos, I mean, the thumbnails, generally speaking, could need a bit of improvement. I think they could create, as you already said, Travis, better stories in their thumbnails. And what I think is that most likely the storytelling and the quality of the videos is so powerful that allows them to maybe have these thumbnails which seem a little more basic. I mean, there's still some good properties in there. Text is generally used as maybe 1 or 2 words, and they're simple. It's usually just one item, and it often seems to be when they're talking about referencing police that those ones seem to do well, or it's finding like unusual items such as guns or like things in safes. So there's a bit of shock value to these videos as well, which I think it's pushing the boundaries of content where I think maybe similar channels don't go in that direction. So whether you call it clickbaity or it creates maybe a bit of controversy, the fact is that you're not likely to get this sort of content from another channel that's about how to make money on eBay or through storage wars or whatever. So I think there's probably some very unique selling points, but I generally say that there's some improvement here for the thumbnails, which Travis has already talked about. Just in terms of the color and the text and the fonts that he used, it tends to be a little garish, especially if it's yellow. Although it's very easy to see.
Well,
if you look at similar channels.
Let me show a little hack that I do, but I'll do it on the home page. So you got to remember, when people come to YouTube, the first thing they get is everything that YouTube thinks they're going to want to see. And my test is this. Without looking specifically at any thumbnail, which ones are popping out to you? And probably these two. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that in color science, one of the important colors to target is red. Look at this, red. Can you see that one in the bottom right corner? Red, yellow. Without specifically looking at a thumbnail, they're popping out. So doing something like that, these blend into the background. I could easily scroll through these and never really care. But when you get to something that pops out, like that red or yellow or something like that's my little test I do. I don't tell a lot of people about that. So everyone who's in here has got some of that little undercover sneaky stuff. That is something that'll stop people from scrolling, and then you reel them in with the title. They've done a pretty good job overall. This one reminds me a lot of Mr. Beast, by the way. Something Mr. Beast would do. He'd cash in a 5-gallon bucket of coins. Something I think he would probably do. So great with What the Hails. We appreciate you very much. We're winding down here. We have a couple left. Oh, actually, we had brought up What the Hails before. And let's do it. Brody Animates 206,000 subscribers.
Big channel.
Yes. There's a VidCon announcement. Are they going to be at VidCon? Looks like they might be at VidCon. Let's take a look at Brody Animates. Very cool animations. And this is an interesting one. Rob, I'm going to let you lead off with this one because animations are not really my area of expertise.
Gee, thanks. As are mine, which it is my area of expertise. So animation, as I understand it, is a tough nut to crack on YouTube. It almost feels as if one of those genres where if you were in there 3 or 4 years ago, you've finally built up your channel to such a size, but anyone joining now has gonna have difficulties because it's such a saturated area. But in terms of the thumbnails, I think this is always where the strength is for the animators. And if you know how to draw, then you should be able to create magnificent thumbnails. And just as an example, tablet review, even though it's probably one of the least viewed ones that I saw there, just the reaction there, the hearts in the eyes, and the color palette, all beautiful. Let's see if we can find an example of a video with like a couple of million views and see why that video has so many. So yeah, maybe just sort by most popular and see the most popular videos and their views. So we've got a couple with millions here, like playground games. I think is probably very relatable, targeting the demographic, which I'm guessing is maybe adolescents, young teens who can associate with that type of thing. The time I spent $800 on Smurf berries, whatever that is, I'm sure again tapping into the culture of their audience, again very effective. And look at the consistency. It's always the same character in each of these thumbnails, or with the red hat, which is probably the protagonist there in each of these videos. So, and they are going to be really in tune with their audience. They're probably reading the comments, getting ideas from their community about what content should I create next, and building stories throughout each of their videos, which they can then follow on to. Because when you look at each of these topics, they're not really that related. Sleepovers, hockey incidents, things I'm still salty about, animation. How do each of those link in terms of when we talked about NVIDIA Shield as a very specific topic? But this is all with the storytelling and the strength of the animation and the characters in those animations. And I think that's why each of these videos are probably getting a lot of clicks and the channel is being very successful. Again, I'm just curious here, Travis, do you sort by Audit videos? I just want to see how long this video creator's being on here, because my guess is probably a channel of 2, 3, 4 years old. Fingers crossed that they are. And they've been spending a lot of time building up this channel. Okay, I wasn't quite right there. Probably maybe 2 years or less, but I think the thumbnails to begin with were very good, and they've tested here with short videos, and I think they've been building them out. I guess you can see the evolution of the thumbnails here as well. This is probably one, Travis, where we'd need to actually watch one of the videos to get a clearer understanding as to why the channel's doing really well. My guess is with the likes and dislikes ratio in 96% or above, that they get very, very high watch time. And it almost creates a binge watching culture where they watch one video and they just moved it onto the next one in a playlist. And I think that's how the channel's probably doing really well. And of course, Valentine's Day, they're tapping into the trends. VidCon, they've done a video, which again tapping into a trend. So lots of good things here. But my guess is, folks, that visit the channel, watch one of their videos, much like you've seen with the recent vidIQ video creator ones with the awesome Toonsy animations. When you have a really professional, brilliant storyteller animator, then once you've watched one video, you click subscribe and you just can't wait for the next one to come out, irrespective of the topic.
Yeah, very cool stuff. I love to see these animation channels. Let's go to Fuse GT Tutorials Simplified. Tutorials of what would be my question. I would see the YouTube thing here, and YouTube tutorial simplified. Let me look down here. Oh, these are not YouTube tutorials. Okay, so we have a disconnect between the banner and the value proposition of the channel itself. Again, the homepage being underutilized, so I'll just go into the video section here. And easy way to fix something wrong, restarting. Okay, so this is like a video card. This is how to change name of Fortnite, showing John Wick. Epic Games, white skin. Okay, so a little bit all over the place. Some of these do well, some of them not as much. But things like this do really well, like Fortnite season. So the Fortnite stuff seems to work really well. Now, their subscriber view count is hidden for some reason. They obviously have a decent number of subscribers. So then my question would be, why did they hide their subscriber count? I would unhide it. It just seems kind of weird to hide it at this point, especially when you're getting videos with some of them that have 192,000 views. It seems to be you're probably okay to show it. But regardless, looks like Fortnite's really strong for you. I would recommend continuing down that path for as long as you can, and then trying to make this let me know what your channel really is about. I don't really get what this means. Let's go to the About page. The go-to place for all tutorials such as optimization, how-tos, and fixes. More frames per second, speed up PC, and more. So, is that really the case? That's a skin swapper. That's how to fix something. Change your name.
I would say, so if you scroll down maybe half, another couple of rows, I can start to see a lot of Fortnite boosts.
Yep.
And all of those videos are getting tens of thousands of views. I mean, we did a case study on this a couple of months back, where a channel did one video on boosting performance on a video game, and it got tens of thousands of views, and that's all they do now. I think this is a similar channel doing it to a fantastic success. I mean, can you imagine how many people are trying to find out how to play Fortnite with more frames per second? And it was getting tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of clicks on each of these videos. And the great thing about Fortnite is that they update the seasons so regularly that you can almost redo each of these videos for season 10, season 11, subtle changes here and there, and the channel can continue to grow. So I think they're doing absolutely the right thing. Experimenting here and there. I mean, how to change your Fortnite name. Can look at that. It got 900 views versus other videos that get tens of thousands of views. This is again another example of when you create YouTube content that YouTube really wants you to create, it knows exactly which audience to serve it to. And then when you do something a little off topic, it's like YouTube saying, nah, I'm not going to share that. One of the, I guess, I don't know, is that a handicap of YouTube, or is it good for YouTube that it does that? I certainly think it's a good thing when you can build your channel. And then, I mean, even if your core topic is increasing frames per second, if you can build up a channel to 100,000 subscribers, which is the aim of a channel, then even if you go into other topics, then you still might get a few thousand views here and there, which is far better than struggling, not finding any topic for an audience, and you're getting tens of dozens of views and not really finding your feet. So this channel's found its niche and it's happy to experiment when it wants to, how it wants to. And I agree, Travis, this channel should unhide its subscriber count so we can celebrate whether or not they've hit 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, absolutely. And willing to bring you back if you want to put your webcam back on as we have gone through all the channels.
Oh, I'm going to try. I'm going to click it, see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen,
hey, folks.
Fingers crossed, there he is.
Hopefully you can see me.
Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. I just need to move you around a little bit. Wait. Because you. Okay, there you are. All right. Excellent. There's Rob. Remember him? He'll be back in like a week or something, right? Something like that. Well, actually, next week is VidCon.
So yes, but I get back in Vancouver on Monday, and I fly to VidCon on Wednesday. So fingers crossed, we are still going to do a channel audit on Tuesday. I'm not sure I'm going to have too many volunteers wanting to do that the day before we go to VidCon, but I'm going to endeavor to do my best to give you folks the channel audit you need. Or who knows, maybe we'll do some live stream channel audits at VidCon. Wow, that sounds like a big task and it will probably fail miserably, but what the hell, let's give it a try potentially. I just want to say, Travis, huge thumbs up, kudos. Thank you for taking over this week. Really do appreciate all of your efforts, and it is very much appreciated for you taking control this week.
Well, let's give all the shout outs to the people for the rest of today. I love to give some shout outs. So everyone in the chat, we're going to say goodbye. Super User Tech Mods, I saw you. We actually did your review earlier. Magdalena Helen, the YouTube guy, Leela, Slavgard, Mox. Oh my goodness, here they go. Ghostbuster Jeffrey, Poker.
Oh, this is going too fast.
Oh my gosh. Okay. With your slow internet, can you read off some of these names, Rob?
It's not going any slower for me, but I will try. We are saying goodbye to Jeff, Rabbit, Dodger, Pogar, Security ZZ, Ramiz, the YouTube guy, Canva Animations, no, I've already said that one. Ben, Gamer, YT. Now I realize just how difficult this is. Trying to read names off of YouTube chat, which goes much faster than Streamlabs. Whew! Rizzo Gamer is the last one I'm going to attempt, Travis.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. I'm checking out.
All right. This Bite's for you and everyone else. We want to thank you very much for joining us. Of course, we're here every single week doing this. We have more live streams to come. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that, because we have all types of amazing videos on the channel. We hope to see you again real soon. Oh, that'll do it for us. Bye for now.